I personally don't believe religion is good for my well-being. What I do believe is good for my well-being is cultivating a sense of my own spirituality, my own direct connection with nature. And while don't prescribe that on other people, I think that some people like myself profit more from a sense of developing their own spirituality and separating from religious beliefs and indoctrination and ways of viewing. Not all religion is necessarily indoctrination, but it can be harmful. And I think through my own personal experience and how I view the world and my personal relationship with these deeper questions in nature, cultivating a sense of spirituality through things like meditation and mindfulness and simply going out in nature and walking has been more transformative and positive for my emotional well-being as well as my physical well-being. While religion, which occurred mostly my experience in religion had occurred mostly in my early life, uh, had caused me a lot more harm and suffering, and had really brought down my mood and had impacted a lot of my early relationships in a negative way, creating more alienation and even alienation from my family. And even now, I receive some alienation from friends and family because I reject religious beliefs. And I've learned to accept that and how to separate from that and to not take that personally, and to learn how to cultivate a sense of self-appreciation for my own beliefs and where I've come, and to find compassion within myself. I think even when it comes to some of the big philosophical questions, like whether or not there's a life after death, that having a very secular view, simply coming to the terms that not knowing or even accepting that this might be your only life, in some ways leads me personally to act more ethically in the world, because it shows how precious life is. Where if you come back or you have an eternal soul, then there's a second chance. You can pretty much do whatever you want. If there's consequences in the next life, then how do you know life's not a game? And that's more of almost a psychopathic way of viewing the world. And I don't subscribe to that view. And that's my perspective, that's my opinion, and I personally don't find religion helpful in answering deeper questions. And you're also making assumptions. Now, the religion's also very complex, and you could be rewarded in the afterlife and things could be better, but I'd rather not make any assumptions and to proceed with my life as if it's more valuable because it's temporary. And I ultimately don't know what's going to happen next. And if there is an afterlife, then, well, that's great. And if there's not, well, it doesn't really matter. So that's just how I view things.